Yeah, yeah. She always is.
Good afternoon. I'd like to call the Committee on Government Operations to order, November 25th. Madam Clerk, could you please take roll?
Commissioner Wilson. Commissioner Peterson Mayberry has requested an excuse. Commissioner Kenizik. Commissioner Killeen.
Here.
Chair Clemente.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item, please.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none. Next item.
C, approval of the November 12th, 2025 meeting minutes.
Can I get it?
Here.
Thank you. I have a motion from Commissioner Glean, support from Commissioner Wilson. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any noes, any opposed? Okay, moving on. Next item, please.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Thank you. Okay, so let's go to new business. If you could, please read the first two items.
Item 1, communication from the Wayne County Women's Commission forwarding resolution number 2025-001, adopted on October 9, 2025, supporting Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And item 2, communication from Wayne County Women's Commission forwarding resolution number 2025-002, adopted on October 9, 2025, supporting Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Okay, so for these two items from the Women's Commission, as the commission, we also did resolutions. So these are going to be receiving files for items number 1 and 2. If I get a motion for those items, please.
Support.
Thank you. Are there any questions about these? All right, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Madam Clerk, if you will, we have representatives from the Women's Commission, if they could please come to the table for items number 3 and 4.
Item 3, communication from the Wayne County Women's Commission forwarding resolution number 2025-003, supporting improvements to insurance access for premenopause and menopause care, which will support Michigan's working families, strengthen the economy, and affirm health equity. And item 4, forwarding resolution number 2025-004, supporting the requirement that personal protection orders be served immediately and without cost to ensure timely enforcement and enhance safety for victims of domestic violence, stalking, and harassment.
Thank you. If you would please introduce yourself. Commissioner.
Hello. Sorry, I'm not used to being on this side. Commissioner Melissa Daub. And also Wayne County Commissioner Melissa Daub, and also a member of the Wayne County Women's Commission.
Thank you. And
You have to introduce yourself too.
Hi, I'm not used to being here at all. Cynthia Douglas. I am the chair of the Wayne County Women's Commission.
thank you for being here. And if you would just like to go over these two resolutions that you would like to have adopted by the commission.
Sure. So the first one is a resolution supporting legislation that is currently in the House Bills 4814 and 4815, introduced by Representatives Julie Rogers and Morgan Foreman, to support healthcare surrounding perimenopause and menopause related issues. So menopause overlaps prime working years, and it can potentially disrupt productivity, women may reduce their workload or even exit the workforce. So these bills, I'm sorry, here I'm looking at my notes. These bills support improvements to insurance access for perimenopause and menopause care to support Michigan's working families, strengthen the economy, and affirm health equity.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And did you want to add anything on the
Oh, yeah.
PTO?
Both of those. Okay, this one is to support the Michigan Senate Bill 611 and 612, introduced by Senators Stephanie Chang and Ruth Johnson. So these bills were introduced after a recent domestic violence incidents that happened here in Wayne County, particularly a woman who was murdered in her workplace by her ex-husband. So these bills would allow PPOs, personal protection orders to be, or they would require personal protection orders to be served immediately without cost, ensuring timely enforcement and enhanced safety for victims of domestic violence, stalking, and harassment. And I believe these bills are supported by Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy.
Thank you. And the reason why we have to approve these, because these resolutions are going to be sent to the state, the House and the Senate. And the Women's Commission is an advisory board. So as the commission, we have to approve these two resolutions. Commissioners, do you have any questions on these? Okay, thank you very much. Can I get a motion for these two items, please? And a support?
Support.
Thank you. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I think, Madam Clerk, we can go on to number 5.
Item 5, a resolution by Commissioner Bell amending the legislative version of the executive and non-executive benefit plan for executive exempt and non-exempt employees of the Wayne County Commission and for county elected officials.
And we are going to have our commission counsel. Did you want to say something?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Go right ahead.
Through the chair to this honorable body. So, and I'm gonna ask, Ms. Wilson to join us. Did she, oh, she's there. Yeah, Donna, to come up, because she could probably give you more details about, the parental leave in general. But this will amend the benefit plan to offer parental leave to commission employees, that is full-time actual commission employees, not contractors. Parental leave, this is something that has already been offered and approved by this body for many of the unions. This is something that's been implemented for the executive branch appointees, and now we're seeking, the chairwoman Bell is seeking to have this body implemented for commission employees as well. And with that, perhaps Ms. Wilson can just give a brief overview exactly what parental leave is.
Thank you. And if you'd please introduce yourself, and you can proceed.
Donna Wilson, PHR Director, Wayne County. So the Paid Parental Leave Act is really a opportunity for families to have the opportunity. It was referred to sometimes as Children Bonding Act or other items, but it is really the opportunity that after the medical provisions are done or FMLA coverage is exhausted, that parents have the opportunity to stay at home and care for their children, or if they need additional medical time off, that is also covered, and this time is paid.
It's
Go right
6 weeks paid leave.
Yes,
And it would be someone that gave birth, or if you adopted a child, correct?
correct. And again, it's the support of family, so it does not distinguish between the mothers or the fathers, natural births or adoptive births.
Okay, very good. Commissioners, any questions on this item? Okay, very good. Thank you. And I think we'll just take one motion for the rest of the items at the end. So if we can go on to items 6 and 7, please.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of the appointment of Dr. Eddie R. Cargo, Senior, to the Wayne County Civil Service Commission Board. Item 7, requesting commission approval of the appointment of Kurt Heiss to the Wayne County Civil Service Commission.
Okay, 2 appointments to the Civil Service Commission, one being a 2-year term, the other one, or a 3-year term, sorry, the other one being a 6-year term. Any questions on these appointments? Commissioner Clean.
Thank you, Madam Chair. General question here. And I want to turn to Commission Counsel. What is the statutory duty of the Civil Service Commission that we're appointing people to? What are their duties? What do they have to keep an eye out on?
Through the chair, I'm gonna start this conversation and then I'm gonna politely defer to Ms. Wilson, who's still with us. But under the charter, the Civil Service Commission, they do hear and decide grievance cases. I'm not exactly sure what else they do beyond that, but I know the charter requires them to decide grievances, and hopefully Ms. Wilson can add to that.
Sure. Donna Wilson, PHR Director again. And so again, under the charter, the commissioners, they look at grievances, not only internal to grievances under various collective bargaining agreements, deal to promotions and or other employment issues. They also take appeals from applicants who are not county employees. So that's part of their mission or as described in the rules and in the charter.
And you described it as part of their mission.
Yes.
What's the rest of their mission?
Well, the additional adding to their mission is under the civil service rules that they help maintain employment conditions for those individuals who are not represented by a collective bargaining agreement or an appointee.
Does the commission or somebody else determine what jobs in Wayne County are civil service jobs?
That those positions under the civil service rules and the charter, Wayne County, most of our positions are classified positions, those that are under a union collective bargaining agreement. Those who happen not to be organized but are not appointees are also considered classified positions.
And you maintain a list of classified positions
Yes, we do.
in the county?
Yes, we do.
Can you share that with the committee?
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Welcome. Any other, Commission, the Commission, Commission Counsel.
And I'll add to that, that the charter does talk about a classification plan, and it does tell you which employees or categories of employees are in the classified service in the county. So that is actually a part of the county charter as well.
One more time, please. I missed the
So
beginning.
you were speaking of who is included in the.
Yeah, how do you
classified
wind up
service.
in a classified position?
So the charter requires a classification plan, and it also tells us what categories of employees fall within the classified service. It says the classified service includes all employees of the county except, and then it gives you the exemptions to that. So everyone else is not exempt will fall within the classified service. So I say that to say it's not something that the department merely came up with. It's actually something that's based on the charter.
Okay. So they maintain a classification what?
Plan.
Plan. That was the word I was looking for. We have a classification plan?
We have a listing of classifications that we maintain, yes. And they are a combination of classifications maintained in the collective bargaining agreement, appointees, and anyone who has not been organized.
Is that different? It doesn't sound like a plan. It just sounds like a list.
Plan, a list, it is and it includes their job description, what they do, their bargaining unit codes, so all their terms and conditions of employment.
Is that any different than what I asked you previous?
No,
Same thing,
yes,
different language. So we're going to get all of that.
correct.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Any other questions, commissioners? Okay, Thank you. We can move on to number 8, please.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of a 43-month comparable source purchase order with Guardian Alarm Company for the installation of an alarm system, cellular backup communication, access control system, and a closed-circuit television system, and maintenance and support for the clerk's office located in the criminal justice complex.
Okay, is there someone here on this item? Hello, it's afternoon, yay.
Good afternoon.
Uh,
Good afternoon,
close-
Dwayne, Fields, Chief Deputy Clerk.
Hi, so can you please tell us a little bit about this item?
Yes, as you know, the CJC actually have their own security system set up. So as far as the security overall, that is handled by the CJC or the security staff. The clerk also have their security. Our security is more of a different sense. We're looking at more transactions. We watch the safe, where money is moved or taken in and taken out. We're taking bond payments, restitution, and so forth. We have security there. CJC was never set up, so the clerk can actually take a look. And now the purpose of that too, also, we actually will have control of that. So now if we have an issue, and we oftentimes do, we can go back to our cameras and take a look and see if that's the case.
And you have cameras at your other facilities like this, so it's the same company you're using, Guardian,
Yes,
Guardian, okay.
Guardian.
All right.
Yes, we
Yeah,
have it
Guardian,
at
thank you.
KMAC as well as the 400 Monroe. And the closed circuit TV will allow us to view. So even if we're at 400 Monroe or KMAC, we can see what's going on in the clerk's area at the CJC.
Commissioners, do we have any questions on this? Okay, very good. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, if we can move on to number 9, please.
Item 9, requesting commission approval of a 1-year grant agreement with the State of Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs to support the county's fiscal year 2026 compliance plan and cost analysis for the provision of indigent criminal defense services through the standards approved by LARA and as mandated by the MIDC Act.
And can you also read number 10? This is both yours.
Item 10, requesting commission approval of retroactive 1-year professional services contract with 4 1-year options to renew with Neighborhood Defender Service, Inc. to provide indigent criminal defense services.
Okay, thank you. If you could please introduce yourself and then you can go right ahead.
Thank you, Chair Clemente. Good afternoon, Commissioners. Robin Dillard-Rusaw, Director of the Indigent Defense Services Department.
Kimberly Dorsey. Kimberly Dorsey, Fiscal Grant Manager. Okay, so now this is, go ahead, you take the floor.
Okay, thank you, Chair Clemente. So 9 is finally our fiscal 26 Wayne County grant from the MIDC. If you all recall, there were issues, if you will, on finally drilling down and getting contracts to systems and understanding what the budget would be for indigent defense across the state. So that took a bit of time. But now that contract has been finalized and sent to systems. The number 10 is the Neighborhood Defender Service, our public defense vendor contract, of which the grant supports. NDS, we did do an RFP this time around for a public defense vendor. NDS was the only bidder. So it was a solo bid, no other bidders came through, so they ended up, receiving winning the bid. And so we proceeded on with negotiating the new terms of the contract. You would notice an increase for the NDS contract because we are moving to giving the Public Defense Office 50% of the cases. The previous split was 65% to the private bar, 25% to the, 35% to the public defense office. Now we're moving to up the public defense office to a 50-50 split. We think that's the best model given now that the standards are all in place. If you all recall, Standard 7 is attorney qualifications and review. Standard 8 is compensation. Standard 6 is caseloads. So we want to be able to make sure that we're appropriately allocating the felony cases across the board and not causing private bar attorneys any stress by, putting them up to a caseload max and then not being able to allocate that properly between the defender office and the private bar. But as it relates to going back to number 9 with the contract, there is a reduction, 34.5 million. If you recall, our fiscal 25 was about 54 million. The 54 million, just for background, was based upon the forecasting for Standard 8. Across systems in Michigan, we really weren't sure how attorneys were going to bill for that hourly compensation, how much money was going to be expended. So we're not the only system that sort of fell into this bucket of asking for more money and not being able to spend it all in that fiscal year. So what the state ended up doing, or the MIDC staff through the state, was taking a look at the entire unexpended balance across Michigan and making calculated cuts across systems so that we could finally start getting at the unexpended balances that were huge across every system in Michigan. So this is the result of months and months of discussion, of looking at our spending patterns, looking at what the Public Defense Office is going to do. And my apologies wholeheartedly because the NDS contract is retroactive. We were still in negotiations. We weren't sure what the state was going to award. That was sort of the crux of the issue. And when the contract initially got up to commission, there were errors. So we had to return a draft. We had to fix some things. So we know that, we are out of line with that. But I did want to note that for the record that we certainly did not want that to happen. But that's pretty much all I have. Please ask questions.
Well, you checked a lot of boxes
Okay.
that I was going to ask you, but I actually, Commissioner Peterson Mayberry could not be here, but thorough as she is, she sent me a question.
Okay.
So this is with the Neighborhood Defender Service. It says 6-person management board where 3 must be Michigan residents and the NDS Detroit LLC governed by a 6-person management board where all 6 must be Michigan residents. What are the board terms and how are they appointed and by whom?
So the term of the board, I'm unsure. I will have to get back to that
Okay.
question on you for that. But they are appointed by NDS Inc. I think that was a question that did come to our department as well in our packet, where we did put all the names. I don't have them off my head. I apologize for that,
No
but
problem.
they are listed in our packet, the names of the 6 board members, who they
Okay.
are, their backgrounds. But yes, NDS Inc. handles all of that.
Okay, very
Mhm.
good. I will let her
Okay.
know that.
And I
Thank you very
certainly can
much.
get you the terms too. I can forward that as well.
Okay, and commissioners, do we have any questions? Commissioner Colleen, excuse me.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was looking at the balances also,
Mhm.
and because your reference last year was 54 million in funding, but the year before that was 55. And you talked about unexpended balances, unsure about some of the costs. So at the end of fiscal year 24-25, what kind of unexpended balance did we carry?
Remember how much we carried? It was about.
I would say it was probably about 25 to 27 million at the time. But the lion's share of that is the attorney billing. And what we were projecting was based on caseloads and things of that nature. And the transition to hourly billing has been tough for the attorneys.
Mhm.
And so now they're getting the hang of it, but they're just not spending as much as was projected.
Does that also apply to fiscal year 23-24? Like we had a couple of years there where we were, because you did report to us
Right.
the difficulty
Yeah.
owing to a new billing system.
Mhm. So Commissioner Colleen, for 23-24, and if we want to go back just a little bit further too, because, every year we've had an unexpended balance. The previous years, if you want to say about maybe 22, 23. Some of it was personnel, right? We've never been able to hire our complete staff for our department. Some of it was tied to technology, the case management system that we were looking at. So there were, and then all the standards weren't implemented. Remember, we were working with a few standards, so the costs were sort of applicable to those standards that were in effect at that time. There was some forecasting for the coming standards based on conversations with the MIDC and their staff and what they were projecting. So a lot of the work that we were doing was always based on this forecasting for the standards. And then every year we were never able to fully realize in certain categories like personnel, technology, those costs. So we've carried an unexpended balance, but since the grant is a reimbursement grant, if you will, they sort of take, right, they take our unexpended balance and it just cuts into the next year's grant. It makes up the next year's funding request anyway. The issue that we're discovering now is that just across Michigan, systems forecasted, but like nobody really has been able to fully realize their budgets. And so they're looking into that further. A lot of it is the attorney contract. We just have to be honest with that. I don't know if you all saw a Monroe County article recently. The commission there had an issue with an attorney who had like a $600,000 bill. And so that raised some concerns. They stopped paying attorneys in Monroe County because of this issue. And so a lot of things are just being uncovered as they're going through this conversion for Standard 8. And so now that we're with Standard 7 and Standard 6 and caseloads, some of this data is still under development and we just don't have enough to really properly plan. So what we've been doing is we've been really taking a look at our spending quarter over quarter. We're taking a look at the caseloads for the last 3 years, and we're really trying to be on the nose with what we're doing. So we anticipate with this 34.5 million, we're going to spend this money, we believe, this year. So we will see, though, what the Standard 6 and 7 implementation this year, what that will look like going into the next fiscal year. So you're right, Commissioner Killeen, but we have had an unexpended balance every year.
Okay, and that's the conversation with the state. for the
Correct.
file.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna pick up 50% of the caseload.
The
How
Public
did-
Defense Office.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How does that figure into the grant? Because that, when I look at this grant, it's the same grant that we got in 21, 22. And so we've got all these issues to resolve. I guess some of them still are gonna be in flux.
Mhm.
Plus taken, I don't know what that represents to go to 35% to 50% of the like actual cases.
Mhm.
But that's a big chunk. So then I'm concerned that the total of 34 million for this year is adequate.
So the 18.7 million is encompassed in the 34. So what we ended up doing was, we looking at the 50-50 split, it reduced the amount for the private bar attorneys, obviously, and then
Yeah.
the 18 million now is going to the Public Defense Office. We still believe that's adequate based on the previous year spend. So we don't, and if we do have an issue with overspending, we obviously can move between cost categories per the MIDC. They allow for that. And then if your system overspends completely, so say we go through the entire 34.5, that the state has to reimburse you the next fiscal year for the overspend. So to your point, Commissioner Killeen, if we were to run out of money, there is a mechanism for reimbursement.
Well, and I thought the other way you kind of addressed it, because some of these numbers are not knowable until you go through the year. If you overspend, there's a safety relief valve with the state of Michigan and
Correct.
agreement on that.
Correct. That is correct.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Okay, if we can move to number 11, please.
Item 11, requesting commission approval of retroactive amendment 1 to a 2-year addendum to a cooperative software terms and conditions contract with a 3-year option to renew with LCP Tracker to complete the implementation of replacing the vendor management and certification system and thoroughly access the system for the Office of Corporation Counsel, Human Relations, Business Inclusion Division.
Okay, are there any questions on this item? Do we have someone here or online? Is I thought I heard that, but is there anyone online? Danielle, is Danielle online? No. Oh, okay.
Nobody to ask questions?
No one to ask questions. I didn't. Mhm. Well, we
I-
do have, maybe Jim can help us.
I'll say, may I move
Yes,
to
yes.
pass for
We
the day?
could, but let's see if your question can get answered, Commissioner Clean, and then we can go from there. Please introduce yourself.
Morning, Jim Jernigan, Assistant Corporation Counsel.
Thank you. Commissioner Clean, go right ahead.
I'm a bit of skeptic on these mega purchasing systems to begin with. I think they hurt smaller local businesses, but can you help me understand? There was a phrase in here that was like replacing the vendor management and certification system and thoroughly assess the system for the Office of Corporation Counsel. What the heck does that mean? Or what issues have we been running into that this needs to have a change to it?
I can certainly find out. I don't know off the top of my head. This is a little outside of my cone of knowledge, but I can certainly inquire and get an answer for you as soon as humanly possible.
Yeah, because a lot of these cooperative purchasing agreements kind of I'll use this word and then I'll have an attorney argue with me. It's the wrong word. Circumvent our local procurement ordinances. They just kind of take it over and make decisions. So if they're making a change to it, I'm very curious as to what that is and how that affects Wayne County in doing the procurements. Does it give us more options, less what does it do, right? So I'm just very much concerned about that, Madam Chair.
Well, seeing that we don't have anyone here to answer our questions, I know Commissioner Baker McCormick also has another question, but I don't think that we have anyone here to answer those questions. So Commissioner Clean, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I would move to pass for the day until we have somebody in front of us that can just.
Do we have a second? Thank you. Okay, so all those in favor of passing on number 11 for the day?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we're going to pass on this item for the day until we get someone here that can answer questions before us. All right, can I get a motion for items 5 through 10, please?
I believe 5 and 6. Is that it? Don't we still have receive and file in there?
No, we already did those.
Okay. Support.
Thank you. Okay, we have a motion to support. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, very good. Thank you. Next item, Madam Clerk.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I know I'm done. Next item.
G, public comments.
Is there anyone on the phone or email?
No emails were received, and no one on Zoom indicating that they would like to speak.
Okay. Oh, okay. We can go back to number 11. Right? Can I go back? How do I do that? Never had this happen.
So for now, let's hear the discussion and then we'll decide what the motion is, because you'll have to do a motion for reconsideration and then have the motion.
Okay. Wait, what did you just say again?
Wait a minute. Oh,
Okay, at this time, we're going to invite Danielle to come to the table and see if you can answer the questions that we have. And then we'll go from there.
Right.
We are number 11, the one we just passed. Number
Well, one we
11.
passed for the
Yes.
day. And then somebody appeared. Sure.
So, this item, can we have it reread, please?
Item 11, requesting commission approval of retroactive amendment 1 to a 2-year addendum to a cooperative software terms and conditions contract with a 3-year option to renew with LCP Tracker to complete the implementation of replacing the vendor management and certification system and thoroughly assess the system for the Office of Corporation Counsel, Human Relations, Business Inclusion Division.
Okay, so we're gonna let you talk a little bit about completing the implementation of replacing the vendor management and certification system, thoroughly assessing the system for the Office of Corporation Counsel, and then we'll go into questions.
Thank you, and thank you so much, Commissioners, for this time. So LCP Tracker will allow Human Relations and the Business Inclusion Division to create an actual platform by which we're able to manage and do our county-based, uniform-based certifications, our FEP contracts, Fair Employment Practice certifications, which are vital, very vital to the business that Wayne County does, our Wayne County-based business certifications, and the like. This will allow vendors to directly apply for that certification on this platform. It will allow them to upload documents. It will allow a tracking mechanism so that we are able to report certifications to this honorable body. It allows also vendors to pay directly for fees on the platform as well. Currently, we are makeshifting that process through Jagger and Procure to Pay. As you are aware, that system is going away. So we needed to have a system in order to continue our certification process and keep that. So LCP Tracker B2G will allow us to do that. Again, it will allow the certification application to begin. It will allow documentation uploads to happen. It will allow the HRBI division in Wayne County to be able to track, and it allows fees to be able to pay directly as well as report generation.
Okay, we had a question from Commissioner Clean. Go right ahead.
Yeah, that's me. Thank you. So we have to, with the change over to Oracle, I guess is what you're referring to.
Yes.
There are some current systems
Yes.
in our computer that just now.
And just so you know, Commissioner, just for some history there, our current system was never built to truly accommodate this process. Thankfully, our innovation and technology department did make some adjustments and Procure to Pay so that we're able to do some of the things, but we have not been able to work at capacity at all with our current system. And of course, now it's gone away, so we would have nothing. So it's vital for us to have this as a replacement, and that's why we're before your honorable body.
Yeah, I love the old system.
Yes.
Now, in the matter of certification, is this a county or a state computer system? What is this?
That's a great question. This would be a Wayne County.
This would be Wayne County.
Yes.
So we're not going to have somebody pushing buttons up at Lara that's going to certify Wayne County business.
No.
We'll still do our own certification.
Yes, we will be doing our own certifications through the Human Relations and Business Inclusion Division in Corporation Counsel.
And you think that's going to be, given your comments on the old system, a more responsive, if I can say it that way, system for Wayne County businesses to get certified?
Absolutely. I believe that this will not only allow it to be easier, but it will increase access for our Wayne County businesses to our certifications and hopefully doing business with Wayne County at large. So this will be definitely provide a solution for that, Commissioner.
Okay, so this is separate from, what's that state system we use for getting bids and, huh? They used to have some other name too, I think, at some point. So this isn't part of a statewide consortium?
No, this is not. This is not part of a state consortium or a state project at large. This is B2G creating a platform specifically for Wayne County and the business that the Human Relations and Business Inclusion Office does on behalf of the county.
Then you think this will give the county more options when sending out RFPs to local businesses?
That's a great question, Commissioner. This does not directly relate it to RFPs or contracting. That would be a function underneath procurement.
Yeah.
This is specific to our business certifications, fair employment practice certifications, which are essential to the procurement process
So
of
this
the
is all
certification
within
separate.
Corporation Council,
Yes,
so that you better understand the rules of the road.
so that it creates more access to our businesses for the certifications and that we have a platform, a warehouse for the certifications at all. Right now, again, we're doing that in procure to pay. We will no longer have that as we've done the migration over to Oracle.
So at a minimum, we're gonna have a larger collection of Wayne County businesses that are certified.
That's the goal, is that with this platform, that it makes it easier for businesses to apply for certification with the county. And that in turn creates an increase in access, but then an increase of best businesses that are certified with us.
And this might be for staff, but I'd like to see, after a year of this, how many more Wayne County businesses do we have? It's a question that comes up all the time at full board.
Mm.
Hey, why are we buying cars from Colorado? Why are we, doing purchases up in the UP for, Wayne County? And so I think for the commission to kind of track this, I think getting an update on how this expands the certified Wayne County businesses that are going to be eligible then for county contracts.
That is something that we're currently tracking and we will continue to track and we'll report to you all within a year.
That's the key one.
Yeah.
Track it all you want, but we need to see it too.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
And this will make certifications quicker for businesses. And then you said is there a component about pay in this?
Yeah, so some of the certifications, there is a fee associated with the certification. And this platform will allow the vendor to pay directly on.
And that is something different than we had before, or we've had that before? It just will be more efficient.
It will be more efficient.
Okay, very good. All right, at this time, can we reconsider this contract?
What do I have to do?
Need
Make a
to
motion.
Reconsider.
Huh?
Motion to reconsider number 11.
Since I made move to reconsider item 11 today, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Clean. And do I have support to reconsider this motion?
Support.
Okay, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
And now we have to do another
Right,
one, make a motion or, pardon me?
Right, motion passes. So now you need a motion for the item.
Yep, thank you. Motion passes. Now we need a motion for the item number 11.
So then I'll
Support.
support.
Thank you. Okay, all those in favor of number 11, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay. Motion passes. We were at public comment in the chamber. Anyone would like to make public comment in the chamber? Going once, going twice. Okay, public comment is closed. And now can I get a motion for adjournment?
So move, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you. And we are adjourned.